I've got a problem with a wonky brake fluid reservoir. This is because in the Tesla, the brake booster and master cylinder mount on the firewall at an angle. In the Land Rover, it's straight up and down, so if I mount it how it is, it will tilt forward and the reservoir won't really work properly. Luckily, a solution presented itself when I was speaking to my friend Simon, who's putting a Tesla drivetrain into a VW transporter. Worked out that a brake fluid reservoir from a Ford Escape, about 2012, will fit. So off to the wreckers I went to see what I could find. Let's see if we can find a Ford Explorer brake booster reservoir. See what we have got here. Bit of brake fluid or something all over it. Okay. I don't need the master cylinder. Cool. Yeah, so I asked them if they could leave the wiring attached. That would be awesome. So that's really useful. This, I'll take it off here. This will mount onto Model 3 iBooster. This can be mounted somewhere useful. Yep. It's down there somewhere. Gross. See if the Ford one fits on. Yep, perfectly spaced. So here's the original Tesla fluid reservoir. You can sort of see it's designed to be on an angle. So it has a pin that holds it in through those two holes. And there's the front and the rear reservoir outlets. Here's the Ford Escape one. So the outlets seem to be the same. And it has a pin that goes through there. Now, the only thing is, when you put it in, let's see if we can show that. Put it in, so it goes down nicely. And you can see that the pin on the Tesla master cylinder sits higher than the pin on the reservoir there. So the pin needs to be up here on the reservoir. So I need to modify the hole. So Simon, my friend Simon, has spent the time in designing a little adapter, 3D printed, which will sit up here. I can't yet because I've got to modify the, I've got to put a hole up higher. That's where the hole needs to go. And then it's got a thing in here, which will sit in this hole. So there we go, I've elongated that hole now so that this will just fit in. I can get this, so this is an M5 screw which will go through there now. Also too, if you're using a really sharp-ended file, don't friggin' poke yourself. This side here in the Ford, it's a bigger hole, so the top of it almost lines up. But I've just got to grind out this side. Just need to grind out this bit here so that I can fit this other 3D printed part. Oops, that goes in there. Okay, so I've ground that off, so it's now an open thing. I'll clean that up a bit. And then, yeah, that just slots in there. I'm going to have to elongate that hole a little bit. Go in there. And this. Oh, I need a longer one. Need a bit of a longer one. In my M5 collection here. Seems to be about the longest type I've got. But I do have some M5 rod. can just use in the short term. Let's see how it all fits up. Okay, let's give it a test fit. Pushes down nicely. It's nice and tight. I've just got to line that up. Alright, got some more suitable fasteners, some longer M5. A bit longer than I need, 65mm, probably only need 60, but that's okay. I've also just modified Simon's design a bit here. This is the original one. It's just that wall there was quite thin, and when I've drilled, it's just a bit too weak in there, and it's sort of broken the inside bit. Probably doesn't matter that much. It's that bit is the important bit. But I've just made that bit a bit thicker, so I'm just going to I think that'll work better. I'll just put a 5mm drill through there to clean it up, and yeah, I think that'll be slightly better. There we go, we are done. Quite happy with that. Very solid, that's not going anywhere. And then I've got the remote reservoir, which just clips on, and this, I'll have to work it out when I mount it, where to mount this, but I could change the hose there, or I don't know yet. That's pretty much that. Now I just need to sort out the float. So you can actually hear it. Got a float in there. Just want to check that they operate in the same direction. So this is in the obviously low fluid position. Normally closed when the fluid is low. If I turn it upside down, there shouldn't be any continuity. Nope. So that's correct. Now this one hopefully should work the same direction. So this should be, hopefully will give me a beep and it'll be closed. Oh no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They work in reverse. That's annoying. So it's closed when the fluid is okay, and then open. That's annoying. They work in the opposite direction. That's sort of annoying. What can I do? Here's another video I forgot to plug the microphone in. Measuring the resistance across the Tesla float, I could see that it had a 2.8 kilo ohm resistor in line, which would indicate to the computer that everything was okay, and if the reservoir was empty, it would just go open circuit. It sort of has to do this because if you unplug it, it will just be open circuit. The Ford reservoir is just a straight connected or disconnected float. It's a shame the audio didn't work on these clips, because the way I'm pointing at things makes me think that there's a possibility I may have said something interesting. Right, so I need to do a test. Put the resistors on the to emulate the fluid level that the Tesla expects to see, the resistance. So I'm going to just check I can go into drive, and that works. Put on brake. Multiple hands to do this. And into drive. Yep. Wondering, so if I pull that now, it should come up with a warning. Oh, we've got a brake warning light if I pull it now. Let's go to park. So I've still got that pulled. Got the brake warning light. Let's see if I can go into drive with it in the error state. It'll still let you drive with the brake warning light. I guess that's good in that I'm not going to be stuck. Into park. Right, now let's put that back on. Okay, connected back up. So that's still on. Let me just exit the car and get back in to reset it. Okay, those errors have cleared. Foot on the brake. It was okay, but, well, I mean, the error comes up. Oh, it's gone off now. Maybe there's a bad connection. That might be what it was. The important thing, though, is the brake warning system works. So this putting the resistors in line means that the brakes won't come up with an error. But then if this disconnects, which is equivalent of this becoming too low, it will come up with a warning. So that's the main thing. Excellent. So I've got the plug from the Ford. I'll cut the plug off from the Tesla and soldered the black ones together. Doesn't matter which way around these go, but might as well keep the colour the same. And then I've got a 2.8 K's worth of resistance, a 2.7 and a 1. And yeah, I'll put some heat shrink on them, and that should work.